Today I got up, got ready, walked to the Smithfield House gym, and the door was closed. Then I looked at my phone and it was 11:30. That's when I remembered that the gym is closed from 11 to 12 on Tuesdays for the devotionals. I hope there was not, and I don't think there was one because everyone has gone on break. But either way, my usual hour and a half to 2 hours I allot to go to the gym has turned into 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm excited to do it because I'm getting stronger and building muscle, but there's always a part of me that would rather be hanging out, eating, sleeping, or doing homework. So, to make it more worth it to me, is there anything I can do to build more muscle than I already would have been, but using the same amount of time that I already do to be more efficient?
Moved out to a new city. June is dawning down on me, and all that I can find, a sickly romance in the air. Lovers stroll without a care inside. Ooh, this can't be.
I just finished at the gym. I'm on my way to the Wilk to get some righteous grub, but that's beyond the point. Today at the gym, I went to the biggest guy in there, the most muscular guy I've ever seen. I said, how did you get so big? And he said, consistency. I said, done. Protein. I said, done. And then he said, creatine. And I was like, what is that? And then he said, you take creatine and it's like magic. It makes your muscles bigger by putting water into them. So let's see. After talking to the biggest guy in the gym and being told creatine is one of the top 3 reasons that he is so big, I got a hold of some. Creatine looks very similar to powdered sugar, but it is not powdered sugar. Creatine is a naturally occurring organic compound made from 3 amino acids: arginine, glycine, and methionine. About 95% of the body's creatine is stored in the muscles. That is very important for later. Our body produces 1 to 2 grams of creatine a day, but for peak muscle performance, we need 5 additional grams. So to get that, we can get it from our food, but in order to get 5 grams of creatine, we would need to eat at least 5 pounds of beef and up to 10 pounds of beef. So instead you can just take this. I'm not ready to ingest that powder until I know more. So my question is, does creatine increase muscle mass when paired with workouts? Because the Freak of Nature man told me it works, my hypothesis is creatine increases muscle mass when paired with intense workouts. But let's back this up or sadly refute it. First study by Felipe M. Del Pino, Lillian M. Figueredo, Scott C. Forbes, Darren G. Kando, and Heater O. Santos, in Influence of Age, Sex, and Type of Exercise on the Efficacy of Creatine Supplementation on Lean Body Mass, a systematic review and meta-analysis of randomized clinical trials, found that males on creatine increased LBM by 1.46 kilograms, compared with a non-significant increase of 0.29 kilograms for females. In conclusion, the addition of creatine supplementation to a resistance training program increases lean body mass. During a resistance training program, males on creatine respond more favorably than females. Number 2, by Ryan Burke, Alan Pinero, Max Coleman, Adam Mohan, Max Sapupo, Francisca Augustin, Alan A. Aragon, Darren G. Kando, Scott C. Forbes, Paul Swinton, and Brad J. Schoenfield in Muscle Hypertrophy, a systematic review with meta-analysis, found evidence for a very small effect favoring creatine supplementation combined with resistance training compared to resistance training and a placebo. Multivariate analysis found similar small benefits for the combination of creatine supplementation and resistance training on changes in the upper and lower body muscle thickness. Analysis of the moderating effects indicated a small superior benefit for creatine supplementation in younger compared to older adults. In conclusion, the results suggest that creatine supplementation combined with resistance training promotes a small increase in the direct measures of skeletal muscle hypertrophy in both the upper and lower body. Number 3, by Scotty Mills, Darren G. Kando, Scott C. Forbes, J. Patrick Neary, Michael J. Ormsby, and Jose Antonio in effects of creatine supplementation during resistance training sessions in physically active young adults, found the creatine group experienced a significant increase in leg press, chest press, and total body strength and leg press endurance with no significant changes in the placebo group. Both groups improved total body endurance over time, with greater gains observed in the creatine group. In conclusion, creatine ingestion during resistance training sessions is a viable strategy for improving muscle strength and some indices of muscle endurance in physically active young adults. Number 4, by Mark A. Tarnopolsky in Caffeine and Creatine Use in Sports, found creatine monohydrate supplementation at higher, 20 grams a day for 3 to 5 days, or lower, approximately 5 grams a day for 30 days, increases skeletal muscle total and phosphocreatine by 10 to 20%. Creatine supplementation appears to minimally but significantly enhance high-intensity sport performance and the mass and possibly strength gains made during resistance exercise training over the first few months. Are we ready to take this? Almost, but not quite. Because after looking over the first 30 or 40 studies and finding my 4 favorite, I found something weird. Darren G. Kando is accredited in 3 of them. That's when I found that he's serves on the scientific advisory board for Alcom, a company that manufactures creatine, and as an expert witness / consultant in legal cases involving creatine supplementation. That's where I found out that these are just sponsored by the company, which, I don't know, take with that what you will. But there's definitely is a conflict of interest. Though there is a conflict of interest, I'm going to start taking creatine. I know they have something to gain from saying it's good, but I trust scientists. And I trust my friends who say that they've gained a lot from taking it. Will this become the next cigarettes where doctors were saying that this is good for them? Probably not, hopefully not. At worst, for me, I think that it just doesn't work at all, but I think it does work. So that's where we're gonna end it.